Hello, BMTA fans, and welcome to Melbourne, Australia, for the second to last event of the point series here on the International Series. We have two events today here for the International show. We're to get started here in about like 10 minutes here. BMTA fans, here is the track that will be running this today here in Melbourne, Australia. It's gonna be a base Chicago style here tonight. We haven't seen this track in a good few on this channel. I don't think we've ever seen it at all here. This is gonna be pretty decent track here. Really loved. I will say this is my personal favorite tracks on this series for this weekend for Melbourne, Australia. Two events on the same exact track. Sorry. Um, cannot wait to get into the action here. I really hope that we can have a great event here tonight in Melbourne, Australia. So, BMTA fans, sit back, relax, as we get started here in a few moments. All right, BMTA fans, let's get started with let's get started with timed racing here tonight. Let's get it kicked off here tonight here in timed racing. Probably one of the better ways we could start off this event here. We're gonna get the screen up here. Here we are. Alright, we got Brendan Arthur in the Earthshaker lined up. Current points leader tied with Charlie Pauken right now. Staged and ready. He's got the yellow. He's off. Hikes up, but recovers the truck. It's a 21.123. Brad and Arthur and the in Earthshaker. Getting our next driver here on the track. Joe Dennis and Zombies will be taking on a race here tonight. He's staging ready. He's getting the yellow light here. And he's got the brake keys off. Shoots the turn, no crossing the bounty, crossing the bounty here. Moved twice in a row. Crosses the lines in 18.775. Joe Dennis moves on into the second or into the whoops. Did not mean to pull that up. We're not doing that for international events. We're only doing that for the state events. But again, time for Joe Dennis is at 18.775. He moves on to the semifinal round. Getting our next matchup here in just a moment, as our next pairing will be Peter Nyman and Toro Loco taking on Mike Vaters Jr. or Mike Vaters II and Megalodon. Both of these drivers really fast here. I will say they've both been at each other's necks here and there. But we're gonna get into our next race here. Peter Nyman on the track. Bring it up to a line here. He's lined up. He's got the yellow light. He's staged and ready. He's off. Great. This is a great first turn. Comes to the final turn. A 17.261 for Peter Nyman in the Toro Loco. Really fast time. That's a new fastest time here tonight. We'll hear this afternoon. 17.261. Fast time for Peter Nyman. I wouldn't be surprised if we've seen Peter Nyman in the World Finals coming up in just 3 weeks from now. Maybe less. We're gonna get our next driver here in the middle in just a moment here. Got our next pairing here tonight. We got our next driver out here on the track. Vaters Jr. on the track. Right here. Right now. Oh. He's got the yellow. He's staged. He's off. Going to the first turn. Very nice. Final turn. Coming in. Overhikes it. Rolls the truck over. Coming to the final stretch. That is going to do time on him. It's a 22.334. Let's hear it for Vaters Jr. Alright, BMTA fans, we got our next pairing here. Sorry that it took a little bit. We got our next pairing here. Probably Pauken and Grave there. Your second place. Tied for first with Brad and Arthur here. Charlie's lined up. They're getting ready for green. It's off the line. On the first turn. And that's a DNF. I hate this. Anyway, into the next race here. Why? Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Try fucking getting a DNF. We're gonna automatically move JCB on to the next round, but he's gonna make a pass here. We're gonna get a pass here from him in just a moment. Alright, BMTA fans, we got Tony Ochs here on the track, lining up. He's got the yellow. And the green, he's off. Great starting. Great kick off the jump, coming to the first turn. Coming to the final turn. An 18.030. We're gonna get into our second matchup here. And it's gonna be VanCleave and Sparkle Smash taking on Geneva Keller in ThunderROARus. Let's get into the next matchup here for them. Let's see. Getting them here, getting Chelsea VanCleave here on the track here. Chelsea on the track, lined up. She's off. We're gonna redo that race because I accidentally tapped out my screen. So we're gonna redo that race because I accidentally tapped out of my screen there. So sorry about that. I'm gonna redo that because I tapped out of my screen by accident. So we're gonna reset her. With yellow. So she's off. That's her final turn. Getting a hit to a green screen who's going damn black. There's a pass for Chelsea VanCleave. It's a 20.607. Got Geneva Keller here on the line. It's gotten a little bit darker. She's on the line, she's ready. She's off. Final turn. Crosses it, but flips over. It's a 22.268. Again, a 22.268. Soccer Smash moves on. We're gonna get into semifinal round here in just a minute here. Got our next fight semifinalist here to be Joe Dennis and Zombie taking on Peter Nyman and the Toro Loco. Joe Dennis has got the yellow light, that means he's staged. And he's got the JCB racing. Because Joe is off. Final turn. A 16.877 for Zombie. New fastest time here tonight. That's going to be a hard time for Peter Nyman to beat. Let's see if Peter Nyman can beat that here tonight. Here in Melbourne, Australia. On the line. We're going JCB racing. First turn, almost hikes it up there, but recovers it. Time is a 16.666. Gets on into the second round in racing. Peter Nyman and the Toro Loco moves on to the finals here. Between all odds, guess the new fastest time here tonight in Melbourne, Australia. Very great of him. We're gonna get to our final round here. Here in a second. It will be JCB Digatron's Tony Ochs taking on Chelsea VanCleave in the Sparkle Smash. Getting our pair right here on the track. JCB Digatron's Tony Ochs out on the track, lining up. off. Comes to the first turn. Final turn. A 16.161, a new fastest time here tonight in Melbourne, Australia. 16.161, a new fastest time here in Melbourne, Australia. We're going to get Chelsea VanCleave here on the track here. Got her on the track. It's on the line. Turns the first turn. A 5-second penalty on Chelsea VanCleave. It's a 16.380. JCB Digatron moves on to the final round of racing against Peter Nyman in the Toro Loco. This is a race I never thought I'd see happen here tonight. One of these two gonna get one of their first wins here on the tour. Actually no, or get their second win here. Because Peter Nyman got his second win. Both of them actually can get their second win here tonight. Both of them, this is their first time meeting here in the finals. But it's not their first time racing in general. Last weekend in Gojin, Spain, in the semifinal round, it was Tony Ochs and JCB Digatron taking on Peter Nyman. And Tony Ochs won that race. Now, will history repeat itself here tonight in Melbourne? Or will it be Peter Nyman taking home his second win here tonight? As Tony Ochs is he's on the track right now, lining up to the line. He's staged. And he's got the green, he's off. He's starting in the other lane this time. Final turn. A 16.311 for JCB Digatron. Again, a 16.311 for JCB Digatron. Let's see if Peter Nyman can beat that time here tonight in the finals. As Peter Nyman is set. I just realized I forgot to hide my screen, but that is fine. You guys can see how I do it here tonight. Got to see how I spawn in the trucks here. It's Peter Nyman on the line. Getting ready to go green. this looks like it's not going to be good for Peter Nyman. JCB Digatron is your racing winner for the second time here tonight in the International Series. Tony Ochs taking home his second racing win here tonight in racing. Let's hear it for Tony Ochs. Alright, BMTA fans, let's get into the two-wheel skills challenge here tonight in Melbourne, Australia. Let's get right into it with Geneva, Keller, and ThunderROARus. This one is set up for one for a noisily attempt here. That's her first attempt. She's got one more left. She was gonna go for that, but backs out of it. She's gonna go for the step-up area. Going for a nosily off there. Tries the combinated. That is gonna do it for Geneva, Keller in. Already forgot the truck name. ThunderROARus. Scores are a 9 and a 7. That's a 16. $16 for Geneva, Keller, and ThunderROARus. We're gonna get into our next truck here right now. Coming out next, here comes Vaters II and Megalodon. Trying to take redemption from racing competition. So we go for a tombstone or him off the backflip. Nails it. Picked it up again. The third time. Puts it down and all for BMTA tires. Amazing first attempt. Covers the truck from a hike up there. Still gotta get his second attempt in. Grabbing it. He's walking this truck sideways around. Like doing what he does, he knows what to do best. Let's hear it from Vaters Jr. in Megalodon. Scores are in. A 15 and a 13. That is a 28. New leader here tonight. A 28 for Vaters Jr. Very nice. Very nice moves. Enough to get the lead. Impress the fans and the judges a lot. But coming up next, here comes Charlie Pauken and Gravedigger. Hang on, BMTA fans. Gotta do a little bit of editing. The UI we have. Give us a second here, BMTA fans. Trying to get our UI a little bit more settled. Alright, BMTA fans, let's get right back into the action here. Here comes Charlie Pauken and Gravedigger. Looking to take home the lead here. There's only one way Charlie Pauken knows to take the lead by. Walks it up and down. Walking it back up. Doing the same move like Vaters did on a ramp. It's a little bit more impressive. He's not able to save it. Tough break for Charlie Pauken and Gravedigger. Really good attempt there. Scores are in. 11 and a 7 to 18. Mike for Charlie Pauken. Second place. Coming up next, here comes Brandon Arthur and Earthshaker. Your points series leader tied with, speak of which, Charlie Pauken. Coming on next. Here he comes. Right here on the track. Looks like he might be having some truck issues here. Truck seems to be stuck in first gear. Puts it down too early. A slap wheelie attack. Definitely some truck issues here. Oh. Definitely some truck issues here. Brandon Arthur. Not really what we wanted to come out here for skills. Having some truck issues. Scores are in. A 5 and a 2. That's a 7 for Brandon Arthur in Earthshaker. A 7. That's going to be last place here. But coming up next, here comes Joe Dennis in Zombie. Here he comes on the track. Looks like he's gonna go for. No, he's not. He's going around. He's gonna do a popper. Or he's just gonna put into a sky wheelie. He puts into a popper, into a nose wheelie. Not able to keep it up, just rolls the truck on its lid. Tough break for Joe Dennis in Zombie. Let's hear it for Joe Dennis in Zombie. Scores are coming in. A 7 and a 1. That's a 8 for Joe Dennis in Zombie. That's enough for second to dead last here on the series. Coming up next, here comes Chelsea VanCleave, Sparkle Smash. This truck is really starting to grow on me. I'm not gonna lie to all of you. Somehow started to grow on me slightly. Getting ready. She's coming out here on the track right now. Just coming out here in Sparkle Smash. Puts it onto a nose wheelie there. Going the classic route. She's also going like Vaters. Can she save it? She saves it. Amazing save. Will the officials let her refire here? They will let her refire for her last hit here. He gets your bicycle attempt, but I think we're gonna see him right now. Oh no! She recovers the truck, but amazing bicycle attempt. Almost hits the wall. She recovers the truck just in time before hitting it. Scores are in for Sparkle Smash. Chelsea VanCleave, a 12 and an 11. It's a third 23. Chelsea VanCleave takes second place here. Got 2 more trucks left here in the skills competition. Then we move on to halftime. And then the BMTA freestyle competition. Coming out next. Here comes Peter Nyman and Toro Loco. he's gonna go for a nose wheelie attempt here. Blowing the smoke into the air, holding a nose wheelie. Great first attempt. Great first move. Goes for a backwards popper. He combos, gets a combination move out of it. Can the truck save it? No, it can't. That's gonna do it for Peter Nyman and El Toro Loco. Scores are in. It's a 9 and a 3 and a 3. 9 and 3. That's a 12 for Peter Nyman. That is going to be down in the dumps there. One last truck here in the skills competition. Coming out next. Here comes Tony Ochs and JCB Digatron. See what Tony Ochs can do here tonight. Tokyo's skills competition. Put it into a kicker. First attempt. Tried to keep it up there, but couldn't quite do it. Solid first attempt there. Going for a bicycle attempt. Cannot save the truck. That's going to do it for Tony Ochs and JCB Digatron. Scores for him are in. It's a 6 and a 4. That's a 10 for Tony Ochs. That means your skills winner is Mike Vaters Jr. in Megalodon. We're going to go into halftime here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back here in a few moments for freestyle. We'll be back here in a few moments. Alright, BMTA fans, we are back here for freestyle. Criteria for freestyle will be every driver has to hit jumps. Oh, hold on. Having some slight issues here. Alright, back to the criteria. Um, criteria is drivers must fill all 120 seconds or 80 seconds if you're in international, or 75 seconds if you're in arenas. Must use every obstacle on the track. Must have a wow factor in the run or some factor of it. Must fill 30 seconds to get a score, or 20. If you hit a wall, hit a truck slash wall a maximum of 3 times, the driver slash truck and run is over. If a pop tire happens, they can still run, but must not hit backflip. And the last thing on the criteria is drivers must be very technical on this track, because they can never know what could happen out here tonight. BMTA fans, let's try to get right into the action here in a few moments, as we have some issues here on the track from the look of it. We have some issues here on the freestyle track here. Give us a moment, fans. We have a seeming issue here. Give us a second here, BMTA fans. But BMTA fans, we are fixing the issue as of right now with the cars on the track, as them not being the prior color or the prior thing they are supposed to be. Alright, BMTA fans, let's get right into the action here. Starting our freestyle is Tony Ochs and the JCB Digatron. See what Tristan Ingham, not Tristan Ingham, let's see what Tony Ochs has got out here tonight. As I got a ping from Discord. Anyway, back to this. BMTA fans, let's get right into the action as Tony Ochs starts off the run right there. The sky has cleared up since part 1 of the event. A show 2 will be later here tonight. Nice save there for Tony Ochs. Huge air off of the cars there. Custom-made cars I put in, because the cars that were actually on this track kept coming out of the track, out of the dirt there, and coming off the jump. Tony Ochs having a solid freestyle so far. And that is going to do it for Tony Ochs. Let's hear it for Tony Ochs and the JCB Digatron And scores are coming in here for him. 11 and a 12. That's a 23 for Tony Ochs. JCB Digatron. Again, a 23 for JCB. That's going to kick off our freestyle competition, a 23. Gonna get our next driver out here on the track. Coming out next, here comes Geneva Keller, ThunderROARus. Now Geneva I don't think she has a freestyle under her belt here tonight. But she comes out here on the track right now. First hit here. She's found her first hit. Sends it on the pod. And that is a 0. Just flips the truck. That is a 0, ladies and gentlemen. Not even a score. We'll give it a 1, and we'll give it a 1, though. Just to be nice. It's a 1 for Geneva Keller. Didn't even bother to fill time at all here tonight. Good. Coming up next, here comes Mike Vaters II in Megalodon. Your two-wheel skills winner coming out here tonight. And I guarantee you, that's not his first ever two-wheel skills win here tonight. Actually, I was wrong. It is his first ever two-wheel skills win here on the season. Geneva Keller has a skills win under her belt. So far, Mike Vaters just needs to get a racing win and an overall event championship to have a complete season with every win under his belt. Coming out next, speaking of, here he comes himself, out here on the track. Can't wait to see what Mike Vaters can do here tonight. The P2 is going to send Megalodon flying out of the track. Start off the run really nice. Solid run. Started off. Off the cars. He saves the truck. Very nice save. We're gonna let him go. Still, if he can still move the truck, then it's still eligible. He can still control the truck, then he can still drive. Pyromantic boat, but he's still eligible to drive. Still has complete control over the truck. Other than right there, the truck just decides it rolls over. BMG physics suck sometimes. But that is going to do it for Megalodon. Scores are coming in here for Mike Vaters Jr. and Megalodon. A 14 and a 13. That's a 27 for Mike Vaters Jr. 27 is your new leader here tonight. Coming out next, here comes Brandon Arthur in Earthshaker. Now Brandon Arthur really really does not need. Actually, I'm just here, let's say. Pretty nice on the track here. Looks like they got those truck problems fixed. Vaters in the lead right now. That is gonna do it. The truck tries to save it. That is gonna do it. For Brandon Arthur. Air shaker. 11 and a 6. That's a 17. Brandon Arthur. Just gonna put him in third place for tonight in the freestyle competition. Not a great freestyle competition, I'm not gonna lie to you fans. Coming out next, here comes Peter Nyman. And now Toro Loco. Peter Nyman looking for a win out here tonight. Seems like some nice air. Huge air there. Has having that momentum. Going for the pod. You veer off the pod. Going up for the first. Morgan back up for the night. Listen to a moonwalk. So is it on the other side? On the sidewalls, he saves it. He saves, can he save it here? He does, he can go to the hands here. Let's hear it for Peter Nyman in the El Toro Loco. Scores are coming in for Peter Nyman. 17 and a 12. That is a 29. New leader here in freestyle, a 29. Way to go, Peter Nyman. Showing these other drivers what it takes to take on take home the freestyle lead here. Coming up next, here comes Joe Dennis in Zombie. See what Joe Dennis has got on here on tonight. Something new to kick off this freestyle. been the same thing. He does a slap wheel off a freestyle here. There was a pop on the truck. That is gonna do it. Well, it's not gonna do it. We're gonna see if we can be able to refire here tonight. No idea what that pop sound was on the top. Huge air off the staff level. Barrel rolls it into a save. Able to still keep on. Going for the backflip. For a donut. And finally, he's gonna cross-slip it. Cross-slip zombie. That is gonna do it for Joe Dennison's zombie. Ends off with a very great run here. Second truck to ever fill time here tonight. Scores are in. A 15 and a 13. That's a 28. Joe Dennis moves on to go to second place here in the freestyle competition. Mike Waters Jr. in third place now. Your starting off run here. But coming on next, we have Chelsea VanCleave in Sparkle Smash. Probably one of the drivers that I personally predict that can probably take home a freestyle win here tonight. I know she can because she's done it before. Actually, no, does not have one. She's only won a overall event championship, and somehow that's got her in third place right now. Doesn't, again, like I said, it doesn't even matter. You take a good score. But coming out next, here comes Chelsea VanCleave in Sparkle Smash. Marcus Crouch, boy. Starting with some great momentum. There goes the side of the truck. There goes the hood. He's gonna freestyle with almost no body other than that side body panel. Angles it to a save. Still on the track if anyone's noticed. Seconds up in the clock. Keeps it off the wall. She's gonna go for the backflip. There goes the body. We're gonna give her give her one more hit left. She's gonna send it across the track too. Fills time, but ends off the run there. Let's hear it for Chelsea VanCleave in Sparkle Smash. These runs have been back and forth here tonight. Scores are coming in. Chelsea VanCleave, Sparkle Smash. A 30 for Chelsea VanCleave. That's the new leader here tonight. Got one more truck left here tonight in the freestyle competition, and he's looking for a win here tonight to take home and take the first place here in freestyle. Coming up next, here comes Charlie Pauken in Gravedigger. Let's see what Charlie Pauken's got out here tonight here in freestyle. Let's see if he can get it done here. Here we go, Charlie Pauken making his way out on the track. Charlie Pauken desperately wanting to get this win out here tonight. The fact that he starts up with a backflip. Charlie Pauken might have a chance to do a special move here tonight. So we better keep the trick alive for a little longer. Y'all seen last weekend, Charlie Pauken did a crazy move off the step ramp. Looks like right now he's gonna do a different type of move. Cross-started on the other pod. So far, amazing run. Huge air. 23 seconds left in the run. Charlie Pauken, Gravedigger. The hood flies off Gravedigger. That's not stopping Charlie Pauken anytime here soon. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Charlie Pauken's move. Cannot save it again. Overdoes it once more. That is going to do it for Charlie Pauken and Gravedigger. Tries to go for it again. Let's hear it for Charlie Pauken and Gravedigger. I respect the hustle trying to go for his move again, but he might need to rethink of how to go for that move. Scores are in for Charlie Pauken and the Gravedigger. A 15 and a 14. That's a 29 at ties for second place. Here to actually, hold on, ladies and gentlemen, we may have a little bit of an issue here. Actually, no, yeah. That is a tie for second place behind Peter Nyman and Toro Loco. That means your freestyle winner here tonight is Chelsea VanCleave in Sparkle Smash. We're gonna get to the overall event standings here in just a moment here. As our freestyle winner, Chelsea VanCleave in Sparkle Smash, getting away with it. Let's hear it for Chelsea VanCleave in Sparkle Smash. Very worth her wait, finally getting a freestyle win under her belt. You know dang well that she's very happy about that. Just wishes to do it all over again. Just to do it all over again here in a couple of hours. And she deserves that win. Overall. Very great run. So, your overall event champion is Chelsea VanCleave in Sparkle Smash. Does not just take home a freestyle win, takes home the overall event championship here tonight in Shawana, Melbourne, Australia. What a way to finish off our freestyle competition and a way to finish off the event here tonight. What a way to end it off. BMTA fans, it's a pleasure being back out here again with all of you guys. Now, we'll see you all here next time for Be On. I want to say one more thing, fans. Don't forget, we still have another event coming up here in just a few moments. Thank you all for coming to this event, and we will see you all next at 7 p.m. for the second event.